Ray, Obama listed quite a few sons and daughters who went from craftitude to awesome.
That's how the daughter of a factory worker is CEO of America's largest automaker. How the son of the barkeep is Speaker of the House. How the son of a single mom can be president of the greatest nation on earth.
But what about all the other sons and daughters of America? What about the fortunate sons? I mean, I know some of them inherited star-spangled eyes and got sent down to war, but what happened to them? Did he just end up giving more until he had nothing left to live? Or did he come back and use the veterans program to pay for his college? Or the son of a preacher man? How did he turn out? Was he just using his charismatic charms to woo the young congregants in their backyard walk-ins? Or did he settle down with her as the good Lord requires and spread the good news as far as he spread his good seed? Did the Son of Man walk tall with pride and become a man in his time? Did the father reach his son and convince him to settle down? Or did the son go away? Is the son of a sailor still cruising along searching for songs? Has the wayward son continued to carry on? I don't think Obama intends to answer these questions. I think he's just messing with us.
Now you're messing with a son of a bitch.
Mr. Gorbachev.
The only thing we have to fear
Was a little Cocker Spaniel dog.
That's good. Super glue.
Yes, good stuff. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Opportunity is who we are.
We're the people who are always knocking.
That's my
And the
answer with a
defining
loaded
project
gun.
of our generation must be to restore that promise.
Anatomy stores are Magica with some potions.
We know where to start.
From the beginning.
The best measure of opportunity is access to a good job.
Hey, you said jobs.
Yeah.
With the economy picking
why
up
are you
speed,
pouring it out?
companies say they
I
intend
poured
to hire
7% of
more
it down the
people this year.
drain.
And
Well,
over
that's the
half
floor.
of big manufacturers say
Plus,
they're
I
thinking of
figured, drain
insourcing
meant
jobs
mouth.
from
Oh,
abroad.
I like your way better.
It's less messy.
So let's make that decision easier for more companies.
Tell them the answer is
Both
C.
Democrats and Republicans have argued that our tax code is riddled with wasteful, complicated loopholes that punish businesses investing here and reward companies that keep profits abroad. Let's flip that equation. Let's work together to close those loopholes, end those incentives to ship jobs overseas, and lower tax rates for businesses that create jobs right here at home.
That's going to be rough on our livers.
I already sold my liver, so that's not a deal for me.
How much did you get for it? I bet it's in pretty bad shape.
About 3 grams.
Yeah, very rough shape.
Moreover, we can take the money we save from this transition to tax reform to
Ew,
create
don't
jobs,
save your snot.
rebuilding
That's
our
gross.
roads, upgrading our ports,
Upgrade our
unclogging
Xbox.
our commutes. Because in today's global economy, first-class jobs gravitate to first-class infrastructure.
All mass gravitates toward each other,
We'll
too.
need Congress to protect more than 3 million jobs by finishing transportation and waterways bills this summer.
We're going to run out of beer.
That can happen.
It already has.
But I'll act on my own to slash bureaucracy and streamline the permitting process for key projects so we can get more construction workers on the job as fast as possible.
Even if there's no money to pay them.
But at least they have work.
Sure.
We also have the chance right now to beat other countries
With a
in
big
the race
stick
for
like
the next
Teddy.
wave of high-tech manufacturing jobs. And my administration's launched 2 hubs for high-tech manufacturing in Raleigh, North Carolina, and
My
Youngstown,
pink
Ohio,
agrees with you.
where we've connected businesses to research universities that can help America lead the world in advanced technologies.
Like Biden's texting
Tonight,
device.
I'm announcing we'll launch 6 more this year.
6 more X-Wings?
Bipartisan bills in both houses could double the number of these hubs and the jobs they create. So get those bills to my desk. Put more Americans back to work.
I'm out of beer.
Here's another one right here.
Thanks. So, is it 7% of what's left in the bottle, or 7% of the max volume that we're supposed to drink?
What?
Let's just get drunk. Never mind.
Let's do more to help the entrepreneurs and small business owners who create most new jobs in America.
Oh, boy.
Over the past 5 years, my administration has made more loans to small business owners than any other.
By giving them a
And when
pat on the head.
98% of our exporters are small businesses, new trade partnerships with Europe and the Asia Pacific will help them create even more jobs. We need to work together on tools like Bipartisan Trade Promotion Authority to protect our workers, protect our environment, and open new markets to new goods stamped Made in the USA.
I thought that was definitely an eye roll from Boehner.
Yeah, let's roll the dice to see what happens here. Ooh, 5 seconds.
Can't wait to go home and change my catheter.
Listen, China and Europe aren't standing on the sidelines.
Because that's where the cheerleaders belong.
Neither should we.
Find our assigned seats and just be happy there.
We know that the nation that goes all in on innovation today will own the global economy tomorrow.
Unless we bust, then we need to leave
This
the
is an
table.
edge America cannot surrender.
Now, that's for the French.
Federally funded research helped lead to the ideas and inventions behind Google and smartphones.
And Death Star
And that's
thermal
why Congress
ports.
should undo the damage done by last year's cuts to basic research, so we can unleash the next great American discovery.
The Constitution doesn't say we should spend money like that.
No, it explicitly says we should spend money on science and stuff.
Where?
Article 1, Section 8. Right underneath the need to establish post offices and roads.
There are
all
entire
right.
industries to be built
And then promptly sent overseas.
based on vaccines that stay ahead of drug-resistant bacteria.
Denny McCarthy is
Paper-thin
not
material
amused.
that's stronger than steel.
Like adamantium.
And let's pass a patent reform bill that allows our businesses to stay focused on innovation, not costly and needless litigation.
We still can't figure out how this newfangled fax machine works. Hey, watching Super Bowl this year? Yeah.
one
Rooting
of the
for the
biggest
Eagles?
factors in bringing more
Man, his
jobs
Broncos are
back
going to take them out.
is our commitment to American
Whatever,
energy.
your loss of $2,000, not mine.
The all-the-above energy strategy I announced a few years ago is working, and today America is closer to energy independence than we have been in decades.
Yes, we traded privacy independence for energy independence.
At least we didn't have to buy it from those freedom-hating terrorists.
One of the reasons why is natural gas.
Like our farts.
If it's directed safely, it's the bridge fuel that can power our economy with less of the carbon pollution that causes climate change.
But farts are a greenhouse gas,
Businesses
too.
plan to invest almost $100 billion in new factories that use natural gas.
That's a lot of
I'll
farts.
cut red tape
All right,
to
you
help
should probably
states get
stop with
those
that
factories
now.
built and put folks to work. And this Congress can help by putting people to work building fueling stations that shift more cars and trucks from foreign oil to American natural gas.
She is so enthusiastic about fart cars.
Seriously, stop with the fart jokes.
Seems like smart cars.
Meanwhile,
It's a
my
fart car.
administration will
Whatever.
keep working with the industry to sustain production and jobs growth while strengthening protection of our air, our water,
I almost
our
forgot about the
communities.
jobs rule.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, I'll use my authority to protect more of our pristine federal lands for future generations.
By installing high-energy deflector shields that use up most of our power grid.
Non-left, so we power them with farts. God. What are those dice made out of?
Punishment.
It's not just oil
Yeah.
and natural gas production that's booming.
It's dynamite,
We're
too.
becoming a global leader in solar, too. Every 4 minutes, another American home or business goes solar.
How did they unravel the secrets
Every
of fusion?
panel pounded into place by a worker whose job cannot
Not
be
by
outsourced.
far.
Let's continue that progress with a smarter tax policy that stops giving $4 billion a year to fossil fuel industries that don't need it, so we can invest more in fuels of the future that do.
Like anti-matter engines to power our Death Star fleet. But then we need to paint them red, white, and blue and rename them Freedom Stars. That kill things. To set them free.
I should be against
And even as
that.
we've increased
But I'm
energy
not.
production, we've partnered with businesses, builders, and local communities to reduce the energy we consume.
We consume energy like black holes
We
consume
rescued
the
our
souls
automakers,
of
for
children.
example. We worked with them to set higher fuel efficiency standards for our cars. In the coming months, I'll build on that success by setting new standards for our trucks, so we can keep driving down oil imports and what we pay at the pump.
Driving, I get it.
Taken together, our energy policy is creating jobs and leading to a cleaner, safer
Like I
planet.
get the energy from the blood of my vehicle.
Over the past 8 years, the United States has reduced our total carbon pollution more than any other nation on Earth.
Yeah, I bet Boner's tanning beds don't help reduce pollution.
They reduce his whiteness.
Fuck, you don't want to be
But
like
we have to
Obama.
act with more urgency, because the changing climate is already harming Western communities struggling with drought and coastal cities dealing with floods.
I propose an arc.
That's why I directed my administration to work with states, utilities, and others to set new standards on the amount of carbon pollution our power plants are allowed to dump into the air.
We should just dump it in the
The
water
shift-
instead.
The shift to a cleaner energy economy won't happen overnight,
But it does take the red eye.
and it will require some tough choices along the way.
Like Kirk or
But
Picard.
the debate is settled.
Picard for the
Climate
win.
change is a fact. And when our children's children look us in the eye and ask if we did all we could to leave them a safer, more stable world with new sources of energy, I want us to be able to say, yes, we did.
Sure, you have more expanding deserts now, and some of your cities are underwater. The whole world is a tropical paradise.
True, but at least we didn't have to nuke the Japanese again.
Fair point.
Finally, if we're serious about economic growth, it is time to heed the call of business leaders, labor leaders, faith leaders, law enforcement, and fix our broken immigration system.
Yeah, make those walls higher. Actually, tear them down like Reagan, and then rebuild them out of stone, and then put Archer towers on them. That'll keep them out.
Yeah, and then they can communicate using the latest high-speed fire signals.
That sounds fun.
Republicans and Democrats in the Senate have acted, and I know that members of both parties in the House want to do the same. Independent economists say immigration reform will grow our economy and shrink our deficits by almost $1 trillion in the next
Gatlin
decade.
Army endorses Obama.
And for good reason. When people come here to fulfill their dreams, to study, invent, contribute to our culture,
You get sued by the
they
copyright
make our
holder.
country a more attractive place for businesses to locate and create jobs for everybody. So let's get immigration reform
I
done
just
this
want to
year.
be Stephen Colbert so bad. Yeah, all
Let's
right.
get it done. It's time. The ideas I've outlined so far can speed up growth and create more jobs. But in this rapidly changing economy, we have to make sure that every American has the skills to fill those jobs. The good news is we know how to do it.
Rub the bottle and ask the
2
genie.
years ago, as the auto industry came roaring back, Andra Rush opened up a manufacturing firm in Detroit. She knew that Ford needed parts for the best-selling truck in America,
Obama just got a valuable
and she
product
knew how to
placement
make
in
those
there.
parts. She just needed the workforce. So she dialed up what we call
The
an American
Lollipop
Job
Guild.
Center. Places where folks can walk in to get the help or training they need to find a new job or a better job. She was flooded with new workers. And today, Detroit Manufacturing Systems has more than 700 employees.
And only 5 Chinese child
What
laborers.
Andra and her employees experienced is how it should be for every employer and every job
Daily
seeker.
whippings to increase productivity.
Tonight, I've asked Vice President Biden to lead an across-the-board reform.
I think this is the
of
first time
America's training
Biden's heard
programs to
any
make
of
sure
this.
they have
Yeah, he looks
one
truly
mission:
confused.
train Americans with the skills employers need and match them to good jobs that need to be filled right
How
now.
are they going to do that?
Use the genie, of course.
I like your plan.
Ah! It's the Green Goblin's mistress. I'm drinking too much for that.
That means more on-the-job training and more apprenticeships that set a young worker on an upward trajectory for life.
We just shoot them out of a cannon.
It means connecting companies to community colleges that can help design training to fill their specific needs. And if Congress wants to help, you can concentrate funding on proven programs that connect more ready-to-work Americans with ready-to-be-filled jobs.
Using Bluetooth.
I'm also convinced we can help Americans return to the workforce faster by reforming unemployment insurance so that it's more effective in today's economy. But first,
A word from our sponsors.
this Congress needs to restore the unemployment insurance you just let expire for 1.6 million people.
Oh, another eye roll.
All right, let's see. Snake Eyes.
All right. Not an actual Teddy Roosevelt, but a pathetic facsimile.
Let me tell you why.
Those chocolate bunnies.
Misty DeMars is a mother of 2 young boys. She'd been steadily employed since she was a teenager, put herself through college. She'd never collected unemployment benefits, but she'd been paying taxes.
Otherwise, we'd kill her.
In May, she and her husband used their life savings to buy their first home. A week later, budget cuts claimed the job she loved.
See, Republicans' budget cutting kills
Last month,
jobs.
when their
Yeah,
unemployment
unnecessary
insurance was cut
jobs.
off, she sat down and wrote me a letter.
She had interesting
The kind
use of
I get every
emoticons
day.
in the handwritten letter.
We are the face of the unemployment crisis, she wrote.
Her face looks like this.
I'm not dependent on the government. Our country depends on people like us who build careers, contribute to society,
Everybody thinks they're
care
important.
about our neighbors. I'm confident that in time I will find a job, I will pay my taxes, and we will raise our children in their own home and the community we love. Please give us this chance. Congress, give these hard-working, responsible Americans that
Give
chance.
them a chance to move out of Albuquerque.
Give them that chance.
Just like we should give peace a chance.
I have this chance card from Monopoly.
Oh, it'll work.
Give them the chance.
See, go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200.
They need our help right now, but more important, this country needs them in the game.
Yeah.
That's why I've been asking CEOs to give more long-term unemployed workers a fair shot at new jobs, a new chance to support their families.
They can be janitors.
In fact, this week, many will come to the White House to make that commitment real.
That doesn't mean anything, but hey, it's
Tonight,
good
I
PR.
ask every business leader in America to join us and do the same, because we are stronger when America fields a full team.
Yeah, come on, guys. We don't want to pull our goalie.
Of course, it's not enough to train today's workforce.
We need to arm them with Nerf guns.
We also have to prepare tomorrow's workforce
We'll marinate them
by
overnight.
guaranteeing every child access to a world-class education.
Oh, we're going to have to send a lot of those kids over to Japan.
Yeah, hopefully they don't get attacked by tentacles while they're there.
Yeah. I've seen that's a big problem there.
As
Yeah.
Steven Rodriguez couldn't speak a word of English when he moved to New York City at age 9.
¿Dónde está el baño?
But last month, thanks to the support of great teachers and an innovative tutoring program, he led a march of his classmates through a crowd of cheering parents and neighbors from their high school to the post office where they mailed off their college applications. And this son of a factory worker just found out he's going to college this fall.
Jeez, even more son stories I don't get the answer to.
Well, it depends on if he gets deported.
Be a quick solution.
5 years ago, we set out to change the odds for all our kids.
Like when I weighted the dice at the craps table.
We worked with lenders to reform student loans, and today more young people are earning college degrees than ever before.
There's still a lot of debt, but at least they
Race
have
to
a
the top,
decreasingly
with the
useful
help of
degree.
governors from both parties, has helped states raise expectations and performance. Teachers and principals in schools from Tennessee to Washington, D.C. are making big strides
You know, that's not
in
that far a
preparing students
distance.
with the skills for the new economy,
Like geography.
problem solving, critical thinking,
If they learn critical
Science,
thinking, then who'd
technology.
vote for us?
engineering, math.
Alchemy.
Now, some of this change is hard. It requires everything from more challenging curriculums and more demanding parents to better support for teachers and new ways to measure how well our kids think, not how well they can fill in a bubble on a test.
Yeah, those are both hard tasks for Florida.
But it is worth it, and it is working. The problem is we're still not reaching enough kids.
Well, we need a
We're not reaching them in time, and that has to change. Research shows that one of the best investments we can make in a child's life is high-quality early education.
Whoa, you're citing research? We still don't understand science yet.
Well, by research you mean the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Best we got at the moment.
Last year, I asked this Congress to help states make high-quality pre-K available to every 4-year-old. And as a parent, as well as a president, I repeat that request tonight.
And we can make funny faces
But in the
too.
meantime, 30 states have raised pre-K funding on their
Except
own.
I have
They know
alcohol.
we can't wait.
Yeah. Suck on
So
it,
just
kid.
as we worked with states to reform
Gotta
our
suck on
schools, this year we'll invest in new partnerships with states and communities across the country in a race to the top for our youngest children.
Like the Hunger
And
Games
as
for
Congress
4-year-olds.
decides what it's going to do, I'm going to pull together a coalition of elected officials, business leaders, and philanthropists.
Not the
willing to help more
philanthropists.
kids access the high-quality pre-K that they need. It is right for America. We need to get this done. Last year, I also pledged to connect 99% of our students to high-speed broadband over the next 4 years.
YouTube for all.
Tonight, I can announce that with the support of the FCC and companies like Apple, Microsoft, Sprint, and Verizon, we've got a down payment to start connecting more than 15,000 schools and 20 million students over the next 2 years without adding a dime to the deficit.
Through the use of economics, I call economagic. What?
Well, there.
What are you doing?
I promise to get
We're
you.
working to redesign.
Well, we're out anyway.
Oh, well, I guess I'll get it right now then.
All
right, thanks.
Education and hands-on